Hi everyone, delonewolf here and welcome back to Solitude, and I am on my way to go and pick up a BPO, and that's actually going to be the main theme for today's video because here in Solitude is where I do my research in a station that has the ability to research BPOs. This is 100% safe. Because in a pod, of course, you can get war decked and then your tower can get taken out and basically your BPOs can then be destroyed. The cost, of course, is that it takes a lot more time to research your BPOs because of the queues in a high-sec station. But before I go on, another quick reminder for your gifts. The holiday celebrations tomorrow should be the last day with hopefully a really big gift, but I would really hate for anyone to miss out on these gifts that CCP has organized. So you don't just get them in the in-game client in the redeem page. You have to go to this page, log in, and then there's twin numbers on every single one of the ULADs where you can click on that in order to claim your gifts, and after that it comes in the redeemable items. So yeah, tomorrow is going to be the last day, so I would say if you haven't done so already, do so tomorrow at the latest and go get all of your gifts. So next up I have to go in the station to pick up my next BPO, and the reason I'm here is of course because 3 more of my research jobs are done, and that does mean that I have to quickly jump clone back to my research station and put up some new jobs to do, which will then take something like a good month to complete again. And at the moment I'm investing in some new BPOs. I actually think that's actually a good long-term investment, especially considering what's been happening with EVE Online Rubicon. All the new stuff is coming from droppable BPCs, so no more BPOs. I do think this is a little bit part of the design philosophy from CCP. Let's see, gotta go back to Nibale, to try and limit the amount of BPOs out there and to create more of a system where players have to work to get BPCs and to continually have to work in order to maintain the supply, whereas a BPO, it's a one-time purchase. And after that you can basically make as many of the items as you want within the limitations, of course, of the production queues. But you basically don't have to ever go back out here, for instance, to get a medium gravity capacitor upgrade blueprint. I can just research that, make copies, and then make as many of the medium capacitor upgrade ones as I want from just one BPO, from just one purchase. That makes them very powerful, probably not what CCP wants to have too much in a sandbox economy, where supply and demand side have to be in balance effort-wise. You know, if you can buy a BPO like this, that's upfront effort, but it continually can give you returns the more you use it for very limited effort, whereas other people, of course, in order to purchase your goods, do have to put in more in-game effort on a continual basis. And so I do think that is something that CCP is keeping in mind, and why we are seeing a lot more droppable BPCs rather than new BPOs being seeded to the market. The Tier 3 battle cruisers, I think, were pretty much the last BPOs that were seeded on the market. Maybe a few other ones as well. Actually, the deployable equipment, something like that, isn't that here as well? Let me have a look here. Yeah, actually, I'm a little bit wrong on that, because the new mobile depots, they are also in the form of BPOs, like the mobile tractor unit and the mobile sensorial inhibitor blueprint. But yeah, they are basically very powerful items in the long run for EVE Online, and I do think they are good investments. And yeah, just it's something to keep in mind that it happened to the Tech 2 BPOs, you know, no longer or Take-Two BPOs being produced in the game, so those have incredible values. And CCP has often stated that they would really like to diminish as much as possible the stuff that gets created by NPCs through simple purchases, and they would prefer to give everything in hand of the players. If something like that would ever come to pass, owning Tech 1 BPOs is actually a very good idea. So let's go and finish my jobs here. e-tron Mark V blueprint from 30 to 40 material efficiency. Meter capacitor control circuit from 45 to 90, not bad. I think I'll actually stop on that one at this point. And then time efficiency for the Talos up to 10. So that actually does mean that my Talos BPO is pretty much finished. Let's quickly do a stack all here. Because that one is now at 100 material efficiency and 10 productivity level. That's a very good Talos BPO that I've been researching since it's come out. Of course, the fact that I'm doing this here in a station is the reason why it's actually so slow. There's probably people out there that have perfect BPOs and have had them for months already. But yeah, the e-tron Mark V, I will do another one of these. So material research, add another 10 to that. And here you can see the queue here is of course the big disadvantage, 17 to 21 days before your job gets going. Pretty much doubles the time you need in order to research your BPOs, or at least adds a good 50 to 60%. Another one that I just bought is the medium gravity capacitor upgrade. That's actually for the rig that increases scan probe strength. I think that's a good one to have as well. So material research, let's see if I can do 100 at once. Otherwise, if it's a medium, 62 days. Yeah, so I have to go the 45 route, and there we go. So that's another job. And anything else that I might want here is another BPO that I've bought that I don't think researched yet. The large ancillary current router, of course for some PvE battleships that could be very good. So again, material research. Let's see if I can do a 25. I'm not sure that that's going to work. Or just above that. That's unfortunate. 24. Yep, can do that. Accept quotes. And here we go. That's some research jobs done. Just a little bit of ISK cost, but nothing too dramatic at all. And this is basically my my BPO collection at the moment. I also have an Omen in Iona that is fully researched, but Talos fully researched, Vexor as well, Algos 2, Catalyst as well, I think. Yep, fully researched Catalyst. Drone control unit, that is fully researched as well. A little bit of a funny story. Back when I started EVE Online and I read about the Dominics and the drone control unit, I was like, man, that's so cool, a Dominics with 10 drones. I'm going to buy a BPO right away, without realizing that this is for carriers only. And this is the reason why I already have a fully researched drone control unit BPO. All my fuel block BPOs are also fully researched, ice harvester and mining laser upgrades as well. And I think I have the ice miner one in research as well, and the strip miner one is done as well. So I have a good basis for some industrial stuff, some cheap ships, some destroyers, some cruisers or battle cruisers. And now I am working on a collection of some rigs that I think could be pretty useful. And over here are some faction drops that I got from my local exploration. But yeah, I've said this a few times before, but it's actually been quite a while since I've touched this topic. Buying and researching BPOs for your long-term EVE Online plans, I think, is a great investment. Whenever these 5 jobs here are not running, I really feel like it's wasted passive potential on this. So it's really something that I try to stay on top as close as possible, and I would highly recommend anyone else that has longer term plans to also look into this, even if it just means that you go for your favorite frigate with all the guns, ammo, and all the necessary modules, so you can produce that yourself. It's really a good feeling. And a good use of the possible passive improvements that you can get in EVE Online through the research system as it is. So I would highly recommend that, to do your research on that, and to go for the BPOs that you think could be valuable or useful to you in the future. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. Very quick look at the state of my research in Ibale, because 3 jobs were done. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.